Greetings, everyone. Sorry guys, couldn't resist. Welcome once again to another Let's Read. This time you can see us all here on Skype over here. I am joined by Jules, Matthew, Jasper, and Ethan.
So,
we decided to put ourselves in the dark for the purpose of this video. As you can see by looking at your left-hand side of this video, we are reading Jeff the Killer tonight. It was a wonderful night for such an occasion. The way we're going to be doing this is we're going to pretty much just read a chunk of the text as we go. Don't really have an order, so I guess it'll go myself, Jules, Matthew, Jasper, and Ethan. We'll go in that order, because that's how you guys are on my screen.
cool.
Okay. So, this is Jeff the Killer. Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story.
I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that
You
for
sound
some
like Cartman.
reason.
Well, there goes all seriousness from this Let's Read.
The windows open, even though I was being closed. Anyway, before I went to bed, I got up and shut it with the foot. Afterwards, I was simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I heard a strange feeling. Like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in a little red light, illuminating from my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair in my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it, a simple phrase, but said it in a way that only a madman could speak.
Matthew, your turn.
Sleep. I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police.
Keep going.
No, it's your turn, Jasper.
Oh, okay. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing toward the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing, I'll never forget that face, those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the lookout for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department.
Alright.
No, sure thing. Ethan.
Jeff and his family.
Oh, fuck.
You lost it already.
Just moved into a new neighbourhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work,
Oh,
and they
fuck.
thought it'd be best to live in one of those fancy neighbourhoods. Jeff and his brother Lou couldn't complain though. A new better house. What was not to love? I'm turning a bit British now, but it's chaos. As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbours came by.
Go on.
Hello, I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just want to introduce myself and my son, Billy. These are our new neighbours. Billy said hi. Billy.
Nebraska?
Well, said Jeff's mum, I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou. They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object, when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mum. Mom! Why did you advise to not get party? If you hadn't noticed, I'm not some damn kid.
Jeff, said his mother. We just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbours. We're going to that party and that's fun. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself knowing that he could do anything. He could do anything. Whenever his mum said something, it was final. Walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed.
Oh, I'm constipated.
He said, that then looked at the ceiling. He got a weird feeling. Not so much a weird feeling. He dismissed it as some random feeling. He heard his mother calling down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it.
The next day, Jeff and got ready for school. As he sat there, eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. But he once again dismissed it. As he had finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there, waiting for the bus. And then, all of a sudden, a kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seems to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an aero pastel shirt and ripped blue jeans.
Well, it looks like we've got some new meat. Suddenly, two other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face you would expect a sidekick to have. And he's Troy. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there is a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out the kid's eyes. One of his friends pulled a knife on him. A tisk. Can't do that noise. I had hoped you'd be more cooperative, but seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Lou, took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou suggested him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid.
Listen here, you little punk, give me back Barry's wallet, or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and put out his own knife. Oh, what were you doing? Just as he finished the sentence. Oh, that's not the person. Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. It's like the wall. As he fell, he pulled the wall over. Lou could do nothing but look amazed at Jeff.
Jeff, how did you... That's all he said.
Shush.
They saw the bus coming and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. So they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Lou made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Lou had just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids. But Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hit someone. Now I'm lost. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home, due to the whole thing near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day!" Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at his door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look.
Dad, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't in the party, that I was stabbed. Jeff's gate fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and you. Son, said one of the cops, We found 3 kids, 2 stabbed and 1 with a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now what does that tell us? Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Lou had been attacked, but then there was no proof to it. No proof it was not them who attacked them. They couldn't say that they weren't fleeing because truth told they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou. Someone else going to go now? Just like said quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's go.
call down your brother. Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all the kids. It was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. I looked at his partner, and they both nodded. Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie. Wait, says Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers put them on Lou. It was me. I beat up those little punks. Have mark to prove. He lifted as if he was in a struggle. Son, just put the knife down, said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops.
Ethan?
Alright, that's
No,
me.
Jasper.
Sorry. No, Louis, it was me. I did it. Jeff had tears running down his face. Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. The police led Lou out to the patrol car. Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids. Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop. Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Lou inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it? Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house. Seeing his parents were shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Lou at JDC, no friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff is woken up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face.
Jeff, it's the day, she said as she opened up the curtains and let the light flood onto his room. What today? Jeff, asked Jeff as he stirs awake. Why, it's Billy's party. Now fully awake. Mum, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after... There was a long pause. Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing brightens up the part they dressed. Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get herself ready. He forced himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and his father all dressed up. His mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Somebody else.
Yep, that's... Fuck off, Dropbox! Then, is that all you're going to wear? Must be naked, said Jeff's mum. But I'm wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hid it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his mother. He looked around in his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a black pair of dress pants he had for special occasions, and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around, and only found striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie, and put it on.
You're wearing that, Steve said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go. She said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door as it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, were way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard, Jeff. How about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in Toys R Us. Suddenly a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun. Hey, want to play? He said. Oh no, kid, I'm way too old for the stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy face.
Please.
Ahem! Not your fucking turn!
I wanted to say please, though.
Continue.
Puppy dog face.
Kid. Oh,
That was just gay.
Gay?
Gay!
God.
Matt, go.
That's why. And shoot at the kids. At first, he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off Lou. So he played with kids for a while, until he heard a noise, a weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. "Hello, Jeff, is it?" he said. "We have some unfinished business." Jeff saw his nose. "I think we're even. I'll beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC.
Oh, Randy got an angry look in his eyes. "Oh no, I don't go for even, I go for winning. You may have kicked their asses that one day, but not today." As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose, and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Jeff pushed Randy off him, and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. "No one interrupts or guts will fly," they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Go. Nathan.
Need some help. He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him onto the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he's kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. "Come on, Jeff, fight me." Picks up Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter.
The light!
Smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Turn off the light, bro. Read. Fight. He throws Jeff back into the living room.
Adam,
I was drinking!
don't care.
God! Come on, Jeff, look at me! Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood. "I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just gonna sit there... Turn your fucking light off. And now you're just gonna sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed." Jeff starts to get up. "Oh! Finally you stand and fight!" Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling. The one in which he hasn't felt for a while. "Finally, he's up!" "Randy," says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and piledrives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath... I don't know. Obviously he did... I don't know, he must be from fucking Mortal Kombat. As Randy gasps, "For fuck's sake!" Thank you! As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him. Punch after punch, blood gushes from Randy's body, until he takes one final breath and dies. I'm done.
Everybody's looking at Jeff now. Parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they easily break down their gaze and point their guns at Jeff, Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing.
They haven't played enough cards.
Up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final round of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it out of the wall. Troy and Keith race in.
That's vandalism.
You want me to read the next paragraph?
No, Matt, do the next one.
Matt.
Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith.
Ow!
And what?
Finish
He's
him!
not and Troy and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. The thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff, what?
Go on.
What happened? I missed it. Did you finish the paragraph?
Oh yeah, Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there, bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile.
What's so funny? Asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. What's funny is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol. Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned, the bleach bleached his skin. Really? Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, dropped to the ground nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out.
When Jeff woke up, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything. But he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but realised there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get up, it fell out and the nurse rushed in. I don't think you can get out of your bed just yet, she said, as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea what of his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer though his face was covered and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, okay, yeah." What?
What?
I've
Continue.
lost. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go. This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be together again. Aww. I'm bored. Keep going.
Sorry. I was playing with the webcam. Jeff's mother... What?
Stop it!
Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was... Really? As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare awestruck at his face. What? What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bedroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned to a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back to the mirror.
Jasper.
What?
No,
Jeff,
Jules.
Jeff, said you. It's not that bad. Not that bad, said Jeff. It's perfect. Jeff, his family was equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay? Okay, I'm so happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked empty space, feeling it. Looking at it in the mirror, what caused this? Well, you may recall when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind. His sanity snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. Doctor, said Jeff's mum, is my son alright, you know, in the head? Matt?
Doctor, said Jeff's mum.
Nope.
No,
Next
next.
one.
Come on.
Pay attention, lad.
Large amounts of painkillers. If his behaviour doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here, and we'll give him a psychological test. Oh,
That's pretty sexy.
Fucking no.
Jeff looks away from the mirror, face still formed into a crazy smile. Okay, mummy. Ah. His mother
come
took him
on.
by the shoulder, took him to get his clothes.
This is what came in, said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mom led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing this was the final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks. Holy shit, he's the Joker.
Oh, it's
Jeff,
simple.
what do
We
you-
killed Jeff's mother.
We kill the Jeff man. Jeff, what are you doing? Asked his mother. Jeff looked over to his mother. I couldn't keep smiling, Mummy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes. His eyes were seemingly never closing. Go.
I couldn't see my face. I got tired. My eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelids so I could forever see myself. That's fucking precarious. My new face.
That's a bit dangerous.
Jeff's mother started to slowly back away, seeing that her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mummy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son. Yes, you are. Let me go to Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun, She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife. Mummy, you lied. That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. I don't want to read it anymore.
His brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up. Before Jeff's hand covered his mouth, he slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip.
Just go to sleep.
No, fuck you, we're doing this right.
I said it.
Just go to sleep.
So thank you.
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it from there. So,
Honestly,
Alright.
that's very much of Carrie, but a bit worse, bit worse.
a show of hands who's actually read that story before.
No, actually, I lie.
Well, this is awkward. Alright, everyone. And with that, we're going to leave it here. So, thanks for watching and reading along with us, guys. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and add it to your favourites. And don't forget to subscribe to my videos to be kept up to date with everything I bring out in the near future. Guys, do you guys have channels?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't post videos, so it's okay.
Okay. So,
Please answer.
yeah. So, everyone just, please subscribe.
Subscribe to him. It's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Subscribe there.
Five times to count for all of us.
Yeah. You need to,
Subscribe and then subscribe.
you
5
guys
times.
need to subscribe, unsubscribe, and then subscribe again. Then make 5 more accounts and subscribe with them.
And if you don't
That's
subscribe,
Fine.
Jeff will come after you.
After all, don't forget this face, after all. Oh look, I'm on screen now. So yeah.
God.
Because after all,
No, I'm just putting it behind.
after all, if you don't like and favorite this video and subscribe, Jeff will come for you.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
comfy.
For fuck's sake.
Oh god.
I like it how Jules took off his headphones thinking that'd be the
I
sound
did
of
not want to hear that creepy.
it. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you next time.